Hi friends, I'm Anna Helman. Thanks for being here. If you like simple but beautiful card layouts that you can use over and over again in your crafting, then you want to stick around for today's video. I have an absolutely beautiful card to share. It's one of my favorite designs. I haven't made it for years and I don't think I've ever made a video sharing it. So let's take a look at it. Here's the card design that I will be sharing. This is so simple to create. All you need are some circles and then a few layer pieces that we're going to cut, and this comes together in just minutes. I love that these cards look like quilts. The first time I ever made these, it was a Christmas card and it was just absolutely beautiful, and since then I have always loved these. So let me share with you what we need to create one of these cards. We need 4 circles that are 2 inches in diameter. So you can use a punch or you can use a die set to create those. And then you will also need a couple of mat pieces. So you'll need a 3-inch mat. My vanilla piece right here is 3 inches. You'll need a larger mat if you want to double layer it. You don't have to, but if you want the larger one, it measures 3 1/8 inches. And then for your actual card, you'll need your 5.5 by 8.5 piece folded in half. If you want the layer on top, not sure how hard this is to see. Can you see my embossed piece on this one here on the left? If you want that piece on top, either of some kind of designer paper or an embossed piece like mine, that measures 4 by 5.25. So let me show you what to do. This is so simple. All we do is, I'm gonna say, fold up the corners on your circles. I know circles don't have corners, so that doesn't make any sense, but we're gonna make it so the circles do have corners. We are going to fold up the bottom edge, and you'll get a feel for this after you do it a little bit, how much to fold up, but just kind of watch along with what I'm doing, and you fold up the edges. And if you look closely at mine, you will see they're not perfect. They're not anywhere near perfect. So when you start doing this and you think like, oh, that's not even, or oh, I didn't get it folded all the way, it's not a perfect point where my edges come together, or friends, you're in good company because mine look like that too. But once you get them all put together, typically you just don't notice them. So I'll do this with all 4 of these. If you want to get out your bone folder, you can. I usually don't, just because I like that little, I like the popping up. I like the extra effect we get by the pieces not laying totally flat. This is a really fun card you can use. Do you ever struggle to choose which side of your pretty papers to use? Maybe you love one side, but you love the other side. You think, oh, I just can't cover that up. This is a really good design to use for some of those prints because you can see both sides. Okay, so I have folded those up. Now I am going to put them onto this prepared piece. You may want to lay these out ahead of time just to make sure everything fits. If by chance they cover up your background layer, you may want to fold them just a touch smaller. Sometimes mine come out bigger, sometimes mine come out smaller. There's not really a precise way to do this without just playing around with it and practicing a little bit. But you can lay them out on that piece, make sure they line up correctly. If you look at these, they are totally not straight. So friends, when you do yours and yours aren't straight either, just go with it. Just go with it. It's going to be beautiful when you get it together. Technically, if you wanted these to be precise, you could lay them on a scoring board and score straight lines on them, but I don't really find that that's necessary. I like to use glue to put these on because it gives you a little bit of wiggle room when you get them on there and realize like, oh, there's not enough edge showing over here. There's too much edge showing right there. You can wiggle it around a little bit. And again, look closely. This is not this is not even, but we get it all together and it's going to be lovely. Now I debated if I wanted to pop any of my pieces up. I thought about popping up my embossed piece here, thought about popping up this piece. I decided not to since we have several layers and those folded pieces sticking up. I decided just to glue this on flat. Do you ever have a hard time doing something and thinking and talking all at the same time? Oh my goodness, it's the story of my life, and I have to think and talk and do all the time when I make my videos. Sometimes it's a challenge, okay? So give that a nice good press. Isn't this beautiful? So I'll bring them back in my sample again. A lot of times when I create these, I like to put this block up here towards the top and leave space down here for my greeting. But I wanted to show you another example, and I'm gonna wiggle this just a little. I still have some time, but I thought I would put this one in the center. You can, I meant to show you before, you can just apply your square instead of applying it at a diagonal. You can apply it as a square. You could cut your card and make your card a square. I love square cards. This would be beautiful if you just put it on like a square, cut it, and made it even at the bottom. But here is our other one, and let's go ahead and attach our greeting. The stamps I am using here, this is from the Best Family Ever stamp set. I wanted to highlight this set because it's unique in that if you want special cards for family members or friends, this is perfect. We have mom, dad, son, daughter, niece, nephew, cousins, aunts, uncles. And I love that it includes the in-laws. So we can do daughter. I have my daughter-in-law here. I thought this would make a really nice like shower card if your son is getting married soon, for example. We have great for grandmas and grandpas and aunts and uncles. And anyway, just a really nice set. You can personalize your cards with it. So what I'm going to do here to get this all to lay flat, I'm going to put a dimensional on the left and right ends of this piece, and then we will go ahead and attach that small piece that says congratulations. So I'll attach this here. I will mention, you may have noticed that we have little tiny points hanging off the edges of the cards. If that bothers you, you can do a couple of things. One, you can snip them off with some scissors, but if you don't, if that would bother you, the way that looks, you can leave off the second layer, like I said, and just include this top layer. That would solve the problem. The other thing you can do is the thinking and talking problem again. What I was going to say was this will go into an envelope just fine. They fit into my envelopes just fine. They just have the little points hanging out. So you can put it on as the square if you want to also. It would not hang off if you put it on that way. So here is our almost finished card. I can't leave off. I really like to put a little gem or something pretty in the center. You absolutely would not have to. But here are some really pretty sequins I've been using a lot. These gold faceted adhesive backed sequins. And I really like these sequins. I like to try to keep my cards easy to mail. So I like these sequins because they're beautiful, but they don't add a bump that I have to worry about mailing. So here are these finished cards. I hope you can use this design over and over in your crafting. Thanks so much for watching along. If you're new here, I would love for you to subscribe to my channel. Please give this video a like and comment down below. Let me know what you would like to see in future videos. I hope you have a blessed day, and I hope you'll be back again next time when I'll be here helping you to hand make with love.